What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of WWE Mat Chat, the official podcast of the WWE subreddit. My name's Skelly, and another episode joined by these two fuckers, Torin and Rachel.
Hello.
Whoa.
We're back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Uh,
Love me, hate me.
it's been
Okay.
another fun week.
Interesting week.
Oh, God. The last 2 days have been interesting. Couple things we're going to get to, but just craziness.
Hop right in. Let's jump. Let's go. I'm spicy tonight, folks. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey.
Sammy's got moves. He's doing
I
better
love
than I would
Sammy.
do. Yeah.
Oh, God. That had me dying last week.
Got my Sammy shirt on tonight.
Yeah. But we are going to just dive right in because there's been a lot of rumors, speculation, but around releases this week and possible upcoming releases rumored, but we don't know a lot about that because it's all speculation at this point. But one of the big names that got released this week, we don't know if he's officially released, but they said they're going to have him play out the rest of his contract and then he's not getting renewed. But that was R-Truth.
Yeah, everyone's talking about that one.
Bro, that was a shock because we all know Truth can be a jokester.
Yeah.
And so it was on June 1st. So I know like the internet's first reaction was, oh, Truth thinks it's April and it's a joke.
Yep.
And then it was like, maybe it's part of the work because he just did the match with Cena. And
literally.
and then they took the merch down, but they only took the Cena shirt merch down. So it's like, oh, maybe Cena's like being corporate and said, Truth made fun of him and he didn't appreciate that. And then, had Truth fired. But unfortunately, it seems like WWE actually is going corporate. They're taking this. Guys, it's wrestling. It's fake. You're taking this too serious.
It's not fake. The wrestling is
the storylines.
Yes.
They're characters.
They're scripted.
The whole corporate thing was scripted. That was The Rock. That wasn't.
There's a lot of people that were also speculating that was a work is because when his shirt got pulled off of WWE shop, the Ron Cena shirt, a lot of people were like, oh, Cena's going to come out on Monday and say that, he got everything pulled. And then they're going to send out cancellation shirts to all the people that pre-ordered the shirt. But we've heard that it hasn't, again, it's something that hasn't been confirmed, but there's a lot of people saying that they offered R-Truth a contract earlier this year because Nick Khan did a cost analysis report on Superstars, and they were going to release R-Truth, but they decided to keep him through the end of his contract, and that's when Cena decided to do the storyline with him for Saturday night's main event. So
they really are trying to ruin wrestling.
Yeah.
My feelings are hurt. WWE is hurting my feelings right now. Like I'm like on the verge of wanting to destroy things.
It wasn't just so Truth was the first one that we got notified of the release. And then after that, we got notified that Carlito is getting let go.
Yep.
And then Valhalla.
Sara Logan
released. Yep. And then it's not confirmed yet, but we've seen Gunther completely remove all of his WWE references and everything from his Instagram or his Twitter. We saw The Miz remove all of his stuff, and his contract we heard is coming up soon. And
just today there was that speculation of Karrion Kross not getting his contract renewed.
And the story that just dropped a few hours ago is apparently they're analyzing Roman Reigns and his salary and why he's being paid so much for basically not doing anything.
Right.
So it's like, and apparently they're like analyzing costs, right? This is the thing about corporate. We've lived this because we've been in corporate
I'm
world.
literally going PTSD mode right now. And I'm like,
one of the jobs that we were at, that happened, right? Corporate took over, they got investors. And one of the first things they did was they started analyzing costs, which, is part of business, but they started cutting everything. And they start questioning everything. Oh, why is this employee working this much? Why are they doing this? What are they doing over here? Justify the cost. And it seems That's what TKO is doing.
And then accused of stealing money from the company.
Accused of stealing, yeah, that happened. But that's
that's what they're accusing Roman. Like
post, somebody was joking saying, Roman needs to be, charged with theft or something like that, which made me remember Carlito when he posted that he was leaving. He was joking about apparently I'm stealing money from the company. And everybody was kind of like, oh, what does that even mean? Like, what's he stealing money?
Yeah, none of it
now
makes
after
sense.
thinking about that with Roman, maybe that was a tongue-in-cheek, comment because they accused him. So that means somebody in a meeting probably said, you're stealing money from the company because you're not wrestling enough.
Yep.
You're just in the background.
Rumored.
Eating your apples. Yeah, rumored. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But I mean, that's the thing, right? Because those are the things that we've heard in the corporate world, terms that are used and stuff like that. And then on top of that, you have they were told people they were not allowed to wear R-Truth shirts on TV.
Yep.
And Dominic got in trouble.
Oh, this is not. I didn't
he was wearing a Carlito shirt.
He wore a Carlito shirt. And if you notice in the background of that Judgment Day segment, the Apple Bowl was turned upside down with a skull on it.
No, I didn't realize that.
And the PlayStation is gone.
I saw the PlayStation gone.
I love that. Everyone's going to be like,
I do love that. But that
now.
explains why Rhea couldn't wear her shirt on
exactly.
on Raw.
Yep.
Damn.
What is happening?
The only release that I can get behind that, well, not really get behind because someone's obviously losing their livelihood, but can understand is Sara Logan. We haven't seen her in a long time. I understand she just had another kid not too long ago. But she hasn't, even after she had her first kid, after that, we didn't see her much between.
No.
So,
yeah. Which, that's kind of understandable. And maybe they had a conversation with her too, and like, hey, and she was like, all right, fine. Because I know in her tweet when she did it, are we still calling them tweets because it's X now? Whatever. But I know that she said, she said she's going to take this time and enjoy her family. So, looking at the silver lining. But I mean, hey, what's this mean? Like Zoe Stark just got injured and they're saying she might not be back until WrestleMania next year. What if they let her go, right? Like, it almost feels like it might get back into the era, like the previous regime, where people are going to be afraid to get injured because, if I'm injured too long, they're just going to cut.
Afraid to take time off if they're not on camera, they're not making money.
Somebody on the post about Roman Reigns really pointed out a good thing is that WWE, Triple H has made this very clear, is making the most money it's ever made. Attendance is at an all-time high. Sold out events, merch sales through the roof. What else we got going on with WWE? We have that. We also have Netflix. They're charging more money than ever for PLEs. Global reach, and they're cutting costs to get rid of talent. I can understand trimming some costs maybe and stuff like that, renegotiating contracts, and sure, that's business, but like you can't. And this is what bothers me so much because again, it's PTSD. You have people that are up at the front saying, we're making the most money ever. We're successful. And then you got the other side of it, the back end being like, yeah, we're cutting all these costs to save money. How much profit can we make? Let's get that profit margin as high as possible.
Yeah. And you're putting it on the WWE universe to literally pad your pockets right now. Because as we spoke the last podcast, it was, how seats are going for a PLE is
$6,000 for Money in the Bank,
bro. For Money in the Bank,
Money in the Bank, $6,000.
That's ridiculous.
I know you looked into.
I looked into Saturday Night and Evolve, and it was two. It was both tickets and they were average seats. They were like on.
Yeah, we usually sit in like the
first section that's actual
the seating.
Yeah,
not the floor, but the actual.
Yeah, and we usually pay about $100 a seat, let's say, right?
Pretty good seats.
Seats for both nights together. The tickets in that area would have been $600 per person. So $300 per event
for a 4-match show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like what?
What is happening?
I know.
I can't get behind it. Like.
No.
the last SmackDown that we went to might be our last live showing that we go to, because I mean I can't
pay that kind of
I cannot
money.
pay that extra money.
No.
Yeah.
Like, it's cheaper to go to some of these concerts now than to go to a WWE event.
Yeah.
And WWE's starting to cut back on just regular live events too, like house shows.
Yeah.
Supposedly they're doing away with them completely. So I mean, yes.
It seems like they're not doing dark matches either anymore at the shows.
No.
And I could see, you know, a UFC event where they have a show once a month or once every 2 or 3 months, you know, paying $160 for a ticket because they're not happening all the time.
Yeah.
But WWE has Raw, SmackDown, premium live events once a month. So they have enough shows.
Yeah. And the thing is, WWE's demographic is kids and families.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason they went with the PG era. And so, like, you're making it more difficult. You're making an exclusive event for people.
Yep.
Because again, if I took all of our kids to it, we're paying what? $6, $12, $1,500 for a family just to go.
Yeah.
Not counting what you're going to spend on drinks, merch, parking,
Yep.
travel, all of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I guess that's my beef right now with WWE is like, I understand UFC charge more money. Your demographic is not families. It's not kids, right?
No,
you're
adults.
targeting
Yep.
the college people, the adults, the wealthy people. Like, yeah, that's great. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. And like you said, it happens every so often, so they got to pay for the costs. But WWE, 2 shows a week, a PLE every month now.
Yep.
And we're raising prices on everything.
And then there's some months where you also have Saturday night's main event. So you have pretty much 2 PLEs.
Yeah, it's like half a PLE.
But then you look at it, like I was talking with somebody and I saw it posted on social media a few times. But you have these PLEs now, like back in the day, we used to have like SummerSlam or a Backlash or one of the smaller pay-per-views back then, where you had like 7, 8 matches during the card.
Yeah.
But then you have something like a Money in the Bank that has now, what do they have? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches in a 3-hour pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like they're cutting back on not only the amount of matches, but they're increasing the number of events.
Yeah. Is SummerSlam a 2-night this year?
Yeah, SummerSlam's 2 nights this year.
I remember they were going to a 2-year.
Yeah, this is the first year that it's 2-night.
Gotcha. Because this is the one in Ohio, isn't it?
No, New Jersey.
Jersey?
Yep.
Is it Jersey? Oh.
Yeah.
MetLife Stadium.
Because last year was Detroit, I think.
Yep. Liv Morgan. No, last year was Cleveland.
Cleveland. I was thinking of Logan Paul. That's why.
Yeah.
And then
nothing good comes out. There's only one. I was going to say nothing good comes out of Ohio, but there is only one good thing that comes out of Ohio. Alexa Bliss.
I'm not quite sure how to help you.
Every episode never fails. Never fails.
But yeah, New Jersey. Because I was watching the Complex video with Liv Morgan last night, and they were talking to her about SummerSlam in New Jersey, and seeing if she's going to make sure she's there, which I hope she is. I hope she actually does something during it. So
dirty Jersey.
Now, but also just talking about costs, right? You got these weekend events they're doing, $15,000-$20,000 for a weekend event.
Yep.
Like,
no,
I understand that being a part of it, but I just feel like the shift is really that demographic. It's like, it's corporate, man. It's like EA and those other companies. How can we maximize?
So are
profits?
we witnessing the downfall of the slow downfall
now you have
of
the rumors
WWE?
too. Did you hear those rumors, Skelly, about what Vince is trying to do?
Yeah, supposedly he's
talking to the Saudi Arabian organizations about getting the funding to buy WWE back. Yeah,
maybe because he's seeing what's going on.
No, he just wants it back. That's his
fair.
ego. He's just arrogant.
That's
I mean,
fair.
it's his baby.
I had to pose a question here.
Yeah,
okay?
no, I definitely think if anything, it's just because it's Vince's baby and he just wants it back.
Power.
I do want to just say really quick to those people that are possibly went to watch us live on Instagram. For some reason, StreamYard It's not talking to Instagram right now.
They're
So-
not on good terms, apparently.
Yep. So we are having technical difficulties. I do apologize.
StreamYard forgot to take the chicken out before Instagram got home and got upset.
It forgot to update its credit card on file
not
to to pay Instagram for the service.
Sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yep.
Uh,
On the couch
but-
tonight.
Speaking of SummerSlam and Liv Morgan, lots been going on with not only her, but Roxanne Perez the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Supposedly yesterday, Liv Morgan had a stalker at the Performance Center that was arrested.
Yeah.
and
And they
then-
said they recovered bags of evidence.
Yes.
Not a bag of
I don't know
evidence.
I don't know what it
Bags
is,
of evidence.
but and then today, I guess there was a doxer on Twitter or X that released Roxanne Perez's home address.
And I mean, not that long ago, Rhea had mail sent to
Mm-hmm.
her personal address too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had the couple years ago, we had the issue with Sonya Deville had a stalker.
Mhm.
That was a really serious issue with her because she, had stalkers showing up at her home. This guy
Yeah.
showed up at her home, and then she ended up finally he got arrested. But there's too many people that get, and like you said earlier, Torrin, it's all scripted. It's fake. Yes, there's women involved, but we have too many guys, males, that decide to get so invested in these characters.
Yeah.
And I personally see it on some of these fake Facebook profiles. Like somebody will make a fake Alexa Bliss profile, and then these guys, what just happened? I just lost Torrin and Rachel. Wonder if their battery died again. But what I was saying is, until we get them back, we had, where was I? I see with these fake profiles is guys get on there and they think they're actually talking to these female superstars. And it's really sad that with social media now, we've seen a lot of fake profiles, and some of these superstars have come out and said, hey, this is my only Instagram profile, or this is my only Facebook profile. Anyone else that you're talking to is, a fake profile. So don't get. All right.
I don't
And
know
we're
what
back.
happened. That's weird.
Well, I have no idea what happened.
I was
So
like, did
weird.
they lose their?
Because we're on
Did the
power.
battery
Yeah.
die?
No, we're on. Yeah, we're plugged in, and
It literally
If it
says
shuts
that
off
it turned
again,
off
I
the.
think it might be a setting that I
Oh,
switched while I was doing video the other day.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
what I was saying though is, before you guys left and kept going, was seeing these fake profiles on Facebook and Instagram from fake people. Is these guys? There's some guys on there that are, I hate to say so sheltered, or they don't pay attention enough, but they think they're actually talking to these female superstars.
Yeah.
And they get so invested in that conversation that then they turn into stalkers, and they think it's okay for them to show up at events or show up at their homes because they think they're talking to that person, to where we've seen a couple of people, not just females, but some of the male superstars coming out and saying, this is my only profile. If you think you're talking to me and it's not this profile, it's not me.
Yeah.
Because there's been a few where fans have actually sent superstars money thinking it was, or sent scammers money because they think it's them.
LA Knight, I need $10,000 to
Yes.
get back into the United States.
Yes. That kind of stuff. And it's really sad. So, if you're out there, just be aware of these profiles you're talking to.
I think a lot of it also has to deal with the mental health of the individual as well.
Yeah,
because
100%.
Jordan and I had a pretty
spicy
conversation over the whole thing, because my point is a little different. I'm not saying that they're asking for it, right? Like, not by any means am I what's the word I'm looking for?
Condoning
I'm-
behavior?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that what they're doing is wrong
Yeah.
or anything
Yeah.
of that nature.
She's talking about the actual superstars.
Yes,
Yes,
the
not the
actual
stalkers.
superstars,
What
not
the
the
stalkers
stalkers.
doing is wrong.
But in the world that we live today, and the society that we have, and the advocacy of mental health and things of that nature, I feel like it's as unfortunate as it is, these women superstars might have to start investing in private security.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Because I mean, I wouldn't necessarily want to rely on my promotion, WWE in this case, to have to provide that for me, or
obviously provide protection when you're at their
right
facilities
at the
and
facilities
events
and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff, the checkpoints and whatnot. But I would feel safer if I had like a personal bodyguard or increased security at my home, or things of that nature. Like, unfortunately, again, it's the day and life that we live right now that you have to kind of prepare for things like this.
And I think this is the side of social media that we don't talk about, right? Like, social media is a tool that can be used for good, and it's a tool that can be used for bad. You kind of mentioned this already, but you look at the connection they make. Rhea Ripley looked at me when I was in the audience, so there's a connection. Mental health, be realistic here. But this is the side of social media that I don't think we talk about enough, is that now that the superstars feel so much more accessible, it's so much easier to get into these fake relationships, right? Like, you start to catch feelings for people, because we all know it's very easy sometimes to catch feelings for a person. And in this case, you get infatuated with the superstar because you get to follow them on social. You see them doing their daily life, and I feel like I'm a part of their life. So you feel like you feel there's a connection, and you feel like you're a friend, which is what they're trying to do, because they're trying to connect everybody and draw you in. But you're not, right? Like, it's not like you can't just text them. You're not someone that you go out to lunch with.
And it's not even like, we also have to kind of say, this isn't just guys.
Yeah.
This is not just like guys stalking females. This is all. You also have to think there are females who stalk females. There are females who would literally skin other people, other females to be them. Like,
LA Knight, not that long ago, got groped and everything. By a random person in the crowd, right? CM Punk, I think, as well. Like, it's so it happens, to guys as well. But the reality of it is they're actors. They're performers. They're artists. They're
human beings.
It's just because you follow Taylor Swift on social media doesn't mean you're her best friend,
right? And just because you follow them on social media, or you pay, some of these guys front row, you pay a couple $100 for a front row ticket. You're there to watch an event.
Yeah,
none of these superstars owe you anything other than that in-ring performance or those in-ring promos. So just remember that. If you see them out in public having dinner, they don't owe you their time.
No. Like that one time, so when we were in New York, I love this story because this is great. That one time we were in New York after SmackDown, and our hotel was a couple blocks away.
We got pizza.
And so we went, we're like, it's New York, we gotta go get pizza. So we walked down to one of the corner pizza joints, had a pizza, walking back to the hotel, and we run into Xavier Woods and Pretty Deadly just hanging out, talking on the street. And we had this whole moment because like Skelly was like, I really want to take a picture with him. I want to say hi, but I don't want to bother him. And so respectfully, Skelly walked up to him and he goes, "Hey, I don't want to be an asshole." And Xavier looked at me and goes, "Don't be an asshole."
Yeah, Xavier looked at me. He was like, "Well, then don't be an asshole." I was like, "Oh, okay."
He's like, we just saw you guys. Like, we love you. You guys did an awesome job. He's like, "Can we get a picture with you?" So he took a picture, and Skelly took one picture, and Xavier was like, "That's it, just one picture."
Yeah. And Pretty Deadly did their thing, and it was great.
And like that's the thing, right? But it's respectful. You see them, and you're like, "Hey,
you have a moment.
You like, I'm sorry, but just may I take a picture?" Because there are some people, right? I think like CM Punk, there was one thing where he won't take pictures. Certain things because again, they have their privacy. They have time limits. They can't do certain things, and so they don't do that. And that's okay. That's their prerogative to not take pictures on the street. But again, ask respectfully. Don't be a creep about it. Don't be an asshole. And just say, "Hey, I don't want to bother you if I'm bothering." And because they say, "You know what? No." Because again, if you approach them with kindness, and if you approach them in that way with that respect, they're gonna more than likely respond in respect. And they might say no, but they might say yes, and then tell you to take more pictures because taking one is not enough.
And I know it's something that's been brought up on social media a lot by superstars. the fact that some of these people show up at airports, hotel lobbies,
Yeah.
and they'll show up with like stacks of things for them to sign, and they'll flip through like a stack of pictures, 20 different Funko Pops.
No.
It's like, don't do that.
It's one thing to stand outside like the gates, like to the entrance, like because they're arriving, like movie stars arriving. That's one thing to stand there and cheer them on and say hi and stuff. But like, I think even to the point, it kind of bothers me when you have the snipers, I guess you can call them, that are like up on the bridges and stuff. Like Penta, not that long ago, was pulling in and getting his gear out of his car, and this person's filming him with his mask off and everything, like zooming in on him, like yelling, screaming at him. And you know, Penta was nice and everything and waved, but it's like that kind of thing, right? That whole part of luchadors is the mystique behind the mask. And now here you are
unmasking
him, right? Like to me, that's disrespectful to the character.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
So, you know, so it's things like that. Like there's a time and place. That's why they have dedicated places to take pictures, to take, you know, to do that. They sneak people in certain ways for storylines and for privacy and stuff like that, right? So it's just like, be smart, be a respectful fan, and they'll do more. The more people start to disrespect, the more restrictive they're going to get.
Yep.
And then you'll ruin it for the rest of us.
Remember, some people just got to remember one thing. If you have to Google search for more than 5 minutes where a superstar lives, or even if you're Googling where a superstar lives,
shouldn't suit Google.
You might have a problem.
Yeah, if you start to type that into Google, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, so don't show up at their house. If you have to Google where a superstar's hotel is so you can show up in the lobby to get an autograph, might have a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, like if you want them on your podcast or interview them, there's proper channels to go through. There's media relations, there's agents. That's what they're there for. They're there to handle that. And it's crazy. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's upsetting, but you know, again, it's the world we live in, unfortunately. So I do send my warmest regards and safety to the wrestlers, and be safe out there, folks.
100%. Yep. One guy you don't have to worry about too much, Karrion Kross.
Well, maybe.
Do we have to?
Do we?
We might have to. There's speculation that we saw today on social media from a few places is Karrion Kross, not only his contract, there's rumors that it might not get renewed, but over the last week, there's been a lot of talk about him in social media, him, you know, speaking out, and if it's a work or if it's real. But also the fact that we see, and yes, I know Chad Gable is not El Grande Americano, but he had 2 Money in the Bank qualifier matches. And as popular as Karrion Kross has gotten, he didn't even have a spot in any of them.
He hasn't wrestled in a while.
He's wrestled on Main Event.
That doesn't count.
But it's not a televised. It's not a nationally televised.
No.
Well, it is, but it's on.
That's not the main card, though.
Yeah,
that's my point. Yeah,
right. So, I mean, do you guys think he's getting screwed over, or are they building towards something?
So, from my perspective, they've been doing such a good job with social media with some of these superstars that it is hard to tell what's real and what's not. So hats off to Triple H and the creative team for that and the superstars. But it then also creates this thing of, I don't know. Like, because again, our truth, we were like, is this real? Is this just truth in character?
Right.
And I don't know. I think if we're talking corporate speculation, let's, talk corporate here, speculate, if you will. I think that corporate possibly has looked at Karrion Kross and been like, hey, we can't justify you because you haven't wrestled, right? You haven't been a part of a storyline, like a significant storyline or an event, or wrestled in months. So why do we keep you? So I don't guarantee you, but I speculate strongly that conversation has happened behind the scenes somewhere, which is probably what's lit a fire under Karrion, which is why, and with corporate, you start speaking out about things. That's when you put a target on your back.
The squeaky wheel gets the oil.
But
here's the go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, the other part is that the question I beg to ask is, what happens when a wrestler doesn't have a storyline? Is it the job of the talent to come up with a storyline? Is it the job of the talent to say, hey, I want to go this direction, and then or pitch 10 different storylines or 10 different pitches, to creative, and creative's like, nah, we don't want to do that. So now creative the one who's holding these talents back, because
they are.
They're like, but then the talent's getting blamed for it.
Right. Because what was it? Karrion Kross got released a few years ago during the pandemic. And it came out. I can't remember exactly what it was at this point because it was so long ago that I saw it. But his wife, Scarlett, pitched an idea to creative, because wrestlers are constantly thinking of ideas for their characters, and they're always pitching them to creative. But Scarlett pitched an idea to creative for her and Karrion that Karrion and Scarlett have come out and talked about it while they were released. But WWE was like, oh, that's a great idea, just not for you. And they took that idea and gave it to, I can't remember exactly what the idea was, but they gave it to other superstars that gave them a big push. I think it was Judgment Day, maybe. I can't remember if that's what they had pitched, but it was something.
That would make sense. Yeah. Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's kind of, at that point, creative holding them back. They're pitching ideas to build their characters and push themselves, but creative's taking that and using it for other superstars.
The thing we got to remember, though, is if that was a while ago, that was under the previous regime.
Right.
Which we know historically, that was very much, nope, this is the way we're doing it. They would change things night of, right before matches. Like it was his vision almost 100%. There were only a few people that could go to him and say, I want to do this, like Taker and those guys. And he'd be like, you know what? That's a great idea. Let's do it. Yeah. So I wonder if it's, because there are still some people left from that era.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if, maybe that's what's causing some of these people to get held back, as some of those old people that are around. Because definitely we've seen and heard that Triple H is a lot more open to ideas and collaborating with the stars on the stories. Yeah. So stars have gone to him. They've talked about this. They've gone to him and pitched ideas, and Triple H is like, I love it. And then let's write the story around that.
Again, so, I wonder how much of it
corporate
might not even be Triple H, not being able.
And he's the fall guy for it.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. That's the unfortunate side of things. I've speculative, but I mean, I've been in. I mean, it's hard not to read through the lines,
environments, and I've seen it happen. Yeah. So it's like,
yeah.
It's. I just want to do something with him, because I mean, we talked about, is it a work or is it not with Karrion, but he's really doing a good job of blurring that line, because he had an interview last week where he started talking about things that are going on that seem to be real in his life, or, behind the scenes. But in the whole midst of that conversation, he brought up Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
And the story with Sami Zayn not living his full potential in WWE. So he's doing a really good job blurring that line. Yeah. But we talked about cost analysis and all that stuff, and maybe they decided they weren't going to renew his contract because he wasn't wrestling. But I'm wondering if we're going to see, now that he's organically growing himself, like we talked about the last 2 episodes, him being the 3rd highest merch sales a couple weeks ago, I wonder if they're going to reconsider.
Yeah.
I mean, they started selling his shirts at live events. Yeah. And he spoke about that. And then he also spoke about, how you have to have a presence now on social media, and all these older guys.
I guarantee you, he seems like a very smart guy, right? So I guarantee you that he's taking all that into account when these negotiations are happening. Yeah. Because he probably saw it coming, right? He's probably one of those people that saw it coming when corporate TKO took over. He's like, you know what? I got to start making sure that I'm in the spotlight. I'm involved. I'm doing stuff to build my value and build my brand.
Because he saw how Drew was doing it.
Exactly. And then when they come to him with these negotiations, he can say, hey, this is what I've been doing. Again, I haven't wrestled in months, but my merch is 3rd.
Yep.
I think, was he outselling Roman at one point? Yeah. Like Roman Reigns. And again, he's been gone for a while, but again, the tribal chief, he's outselling him. So that tells you right there that something's happening. So it could be also that it was working so well that creative got with him and said, you know what, this is working. Let's crank it up and keep doing it. Also as a way to take some of the heat off of the releases we're doing.
Yep.
So let you go ahead and be louder. Do your thing.
Yeah. Squeaky wheel gets the
oil.
oil.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
But I wonder, because we have tomorrow night, if we're going to see him at Money in the Bank.
Bro, what if Money in the Bank gets renamed to Budget Cuts?
Oh God.
What a time to do Money in the Bank when you're
It's
cutting
not
all
money
the
in
money.
it's not money in the bank. It's budget cuts in the folder.
What about there's
IOUs
no
in the
longer
bank.
a title contract in there. It's
It's
a
an IOU. It's an IOU in the briefcase.
Yep. It's a one.
That's actually one I have to. That's what I have to cut
everyone
these
that
budgets.
doesn't win's getting cut.
Yeah. Oh, it's a real death match.
Yeah, quite literally.
Hunger Games up in here.
I don't.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, what's going on with the Wyatts? I mean, you've got, and I seem to always be the one bringing these guys up, but I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, five people in one group that have not been on TV
Until recently.
Yeah.
until recently.
Been months.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I don't know. I'm like,
And-
oh, what's gonna happen?
I will say that what they've done with the tag division literally feels like, hey, the tag division's getting stale on SmackDown. Well, you got Wyatt, bam, and they just threw him in there. Now all of a sudden, you got Wyatt's involved. in everything.
Wyatt's is,
well, they don't
you
know how to
could-
grow them.
You could actually consider the Wyatts could have 2 tag teams in the tag
Yes,
division.
you could.
Yeah.
But again, it just seems like there's no story buildup. Because like when the Wyatts were doing the stuff when they first started, it made sense, right? It was Chad
Yeah.
Gable and the betrayal and the way
Yeah.
he was treating people. And then the people they started targeting, it was hinting at that, right? Like if you've turned your back on family or the people that trust
Mhm.
you, we're coming after you. And
Mhm.
now it's just kind of like, what do we got this week? Wyatts.
I think creative is like that's not sustainable because then you
Yeah.
can't have everybody as good people.
Right.
Not
Stuff
everybody's
like-
going to be good
Like,
people.
could the bloodline be targeted by the Wyatts? Like, there was a lot of stuff that made sense because we
There's
thought
no
Ben Solo.
bloodline anymore.
Not anymore, but yeah.
It's
I
like
mean,
the blood pool. I don't
Mhm.
know.
The blood.
Yeah, the bloodline's gone. I mean, Roman's gone. Jay and Jimmy are off doing their solo things.
and Solo's doing this wannabe,
Solo, the Weekend.
cartel boss person.
Yeah, he looks like the Weekend with his gloves.
well, again,
Yeah.
I don't think they know what to do with him.
Yeah.
I think they're just
It's
trying
funny,
to
though.
continue giving the same routine over and
Yeah.
over again.
I'll give him credit though, because when we went to SmackDown, the crowd was into him. And you don't see that much on the broadcast. I was really surprised,
Mhm.
but he's on the sidelines talking to the crowd, chatting it up.
He's
you know,
working the crowd for
bantering.
sure.
Like, he has
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, he's really good
Mhm.
crowd engagement.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, and again, I think he and Jacob would be a cool feud. I really want to see that struggle continue. Still, though, feel like JC Mateo, he's just here, and I don't like it.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No. We're not doing this.
Yeah.
It's Jeff Cobb.
I hate it. I absolutely
Yeah.
hate the Jason
I don't like
thing.
Jeff Cobb either because I think of like corn on the cob.
Cobb. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Cobb
eat corn
salad.
on the cob the long way.
Yeah.
No, but we got Money in the Bank tomorrow night.
Is there
Yeah.
money in the bank, Skelly?
Do what?
Is there money in the bank? Because according
It's
to
in TKO.
according,
bank.
according to the finance department, we don't have enough money in the bank.
But
Once they're doing all these cuts to
Yeah.
fund TKO and their UFC
Bro,
bullshit.
you know what? It's going to be really bad if you start to see them take away the custom chairs at events that you get for buying the premium seats up front.
Mark this
No,
day.
seriously,
I just
mark
wanna
this
touch-
down.
I just want to touch on one thing with that because there was people online that bought front row tickets to, I think it was Money in the Bank. But they bought front row tickets or the premium seats where you get the chairs to bring home.
Yeah.
But then they also got emails after it that said, hey, if you also want this John Cena special chair, that's just like the one you're going to sit in, it's another $300.
What?
So they're getting the WWE Experience generic
I
chair.
bet you it was
to
the
sit
one
in.
from Saturday night.
I'll probably the Saturday Night Main Event ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then they were also selling premium John Cena versions of the seat that they would get months after, a couple months from now, mailed to them. But there was an additional $300.
This seat right here, we had John Cena sit in it for 5 seconds. He just went down a line and sat in all the seats.
Did he sit on it with his bare ass? I mean, for
Maybe.
$300,
Maybe.
I better get some kind of butt juice.
I mean,
But-
those tickets alone will cost you a grand.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, like I'm saying, mark it down on the podcast, mark it down
Yeah.
in history right now. If we start seeing those chairs being an extra cost and you don't get it to take home, or they completely do away with them,
Mm-hmm.
something bad's happening.
I don't know, because even in the midst of all of the downfalls of WWE like 10, 15 years ago, they still had those chairs at events.
Yeah, but that wasn't driven by corporate.
But it was but see, now they do the events, the chairs like that for like all people that buy like the WWE experience stuff for even Raw and SmackDown. But back then it was only for pay-per-views.
Yeah, but I don't know. Because again, that wasn't corporate, right? Finance wasn't involved in that. We're not trying to maximize profits for stakeholders and shareholders. That's the dangerous part. So, and I say that just because it's relevant to Money in the Bank, a PLE that's coming up this weekend. I mean, you look at like what's been going on. PLEs, have they been cutting budgets elsewhere? I mean, they're doing less road shows, so they're cutting budgets there. And I mean, I know it is to also give talent time off and time with their families. But just keep an eye out if you start to see them cutting budgets elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right? And that's when, because they're spending money, right? They do the AAA. There's rumors that a Japanese promotion might be tied in somehow.
Right. And they're talking about like doing bigger deals for New Orleans and
New Orleans.
You know,
probably going to do more Saudi Arabia. There's rumors that what is it? WrestleMania could be moving to London soon for one of the WrestleManias. So I don't know. I mean, they're going to maximize their profits, and
I don't like it. I think it needs to stay in the US.
Yeah. Who was? Oh, we saw QT on the promo on the turnbuckles.
Getting investors.
Once they got rid of the Cheerwine smoothie,
I
announced Quick Trip forever.
They still have it.
No.
Oh.
Nope. The last 2 or 3 times I went down there, I tried, but they didn't have them.
All right. Well, Money in the Bank predictions.
Yes.
All right.
Kick us off
on the list.
First match. I'll go from that up. Women's Intercontinental match. My Intercontinental title match. Lyra versus Becky.
I think Lyra's going to retain.
I think Lyra's going to retain too, because Becky has other things she can do to where she doesn't need that belt.
I'm wondering if Becky and Seth will end up being a thing. So,
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if she joins the stable.
That's what I said. I said when it first happened, I was like, because historically too, Becky's even talked about being a Paul Heyman person, right? He was very pivotal in her career and all of that. I mean, she talked about it in her autobiography. So, and Becky would fit in very well with the corporate. She's been wearing more suits lately. I know she's always been the man, but now she's been wearing more suit and ties. Like when they did the weather thing the other day, she came out in her dress pants and tie, looking like a Irish mobster. Seth Rollins had the similar look. That would be a cool thing. I think I'm gonna give it to Lyra, because I really think that she is continuing to get a push. But I don't know. I think Becky might get it, but I'm gonna say Lyra. I'm gonna put my money on Lyra.
Lyra's gonna win. It's not gonna be a clean win, but Asuka's gonna return and attack Becky.
So I think it'll be a win through DQ.
Which that would lead to a huge match at SummerSlam, because they have to start building up for a 2-night.
Either way, Asuka's coming back for sure. Like I have it in my gut feeling that Asuka's coming back. It's just, is she gonna come back and feud with Becky, or is she gonna come back during the women's Money in the Bank match?
I don't think
Kyrie
and
they would, Julia are
put that element to that, because I think that would have more of an impact on the Becky Lynch match.
But they started Io Sky and what's her face? Kairi Sane to back together. They, you know, I think both of them could tease.
We'll see
a reunion with the three of them. Damage control without obviously Dakota Kai, but
I think we'll see that on Raw. That'll be a weeknight story progression, not a Money in the Bank thing, I don't think.
Right, but I think Asuka coming back needs to happen tomorrow or on Saturday, because they need to build more towards a 2-night SummerSlam.
They
need to start getting people hyped for that. People that for tickets that aren't sold yet, they need to start getting those tickets sold. Bringing Asuka back, a lot of people would pop for that.
Yeah.
So there's that. Then we have there's 1, 2, 3. There's only
you said there's 5. Oh.
Yeah. So from there we go into the women's Money in the Bank. We've got Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Julia, and Naomi, and then Stephanie.
You go first.
It's not going to be Rhea.
No.
It's not going to be Roxanne. Because she's doing stuff with the Judgment Day right now. So it's not going to be her. Stephanie, maybe. Kyrie, I don't think they'll give it to Kyrie either. Because
Kyrie's not in the match.
Kyrie Zane?
Nope, it's only Stephanie, Alexa, Roxanne, Naomi, Rhea, and Julia.
Oh, maybe I'm confusing with Julia. I don't think they're gonna give it to any of the NXT ones yet. The fresh meat, you know. If they do, I would be very surprised.
Who are you saying is gonna get it?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Naomi. I'm gonna say Naomi. As much as I want it to be Alexa Bliss, I think Naomi. I think they're gonna give it to Naomi. Honestly,
I would say Alexa, and you want to. Here's my theory. With it. She's feuding a little bit with Charlotte. I could see Alexa Bliss winning Money in the Bank, which would allow her to cash in on Tiffany. She gets Alexa gets the title. Then she feuds with Charlotte for the title. And that happens at SummerSlam. Alexa cashes in at SummerSlam against Tiffy because it would be her way, because her and Nia had feuded in the past. And supposedly Tiffy and Nia now are going back at it. So this would be a way to get back at Nia from their past feuds to get the title. Maybe. And then include Charlotte with her for the title.
I mean, or it could go to Rhea. It could be a way that they could push her.
I'm calling it Rhea Ripley. Mommy in the Bank.
Mommy in the
Bank. I'm calling it.
Oh my God.
And here's why I
say that again.
It's better than Mello in the Bank.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So here's the reason why. If Rhea doesn't get it, I dare say she's getting buried right now under creative. Because that's kind of how it's felt, right? She hasn't really had a good push.
Yeah.
I think Rhea getting it, she's got enough beef with some of the key people.
EO and
titles.
Tiffy. Yeah.
Yep. And she's got that beef with EO still, right? Because they don't have things settled from those matches that have happened. And then Rhea, right? Her whole thing was she has no one, right? She did that whole promo. She has no one. So that would be perfect for her to do a solo run where it's just her. It's her in that briefcase. And I think she could cause enough chaos in the women's division because she has that presence and power.
Yeah.
That when her music hits,
everyone stops.
And so the thing is, if she's got that briefcase and that music hits, she's going to be coming out and people are going to be like, is she cashing
looking
in?
Over.
Right? It's a menacing thing because she's such an imposing presence in the division.
Yeah.
That it's like, is she going to cash in this week? What match is she going to cash in? And because she's got no target on specific belts, so she really could cash in, right?
Yeah,
she could go back for her title
either.
Yeah, she could go back for the title. She could go for a different title. She could cash in on whoever. She could cash in on Lyra. It's going to be a big title that she goes for, but I really think she's going to go for it, and she's going to make a black and purple Money in the Bank briefcase, and I'll bet you she's going to put spikes and chains on that shit. Mark it down. Mark it down. I think Mommy in the Bank. That's my vote. Not just because I'm in love with Rhea, but Mommy in the Bank.
I had to do an opposing, opinion here.
I would love to see Alexa win it.
Yeah, honestly,
I would love to. Again, Alexa, I think she's great. She's got that great tie.
Because she also kind of has. She's starting to build that same that feeling like Rhea has, in a sense.
So if Alexa wins it, again, my money's still on Rhea. That's my vote. But if Alexa wins it, I would like to see her. Like the briefcase almost be like Lily for her.
Yeah.
Where she's like talking. She's like, I don't know. Should I cash in on this person? Should I do it now?
Yeah.
Like, you start to see that dark Alexa, the twisted Alexa come back out, and the briefcase has essence of.
An essence of what, Torrin? Oh no, we lost you again. So I think Alexa, like I said, and we'll wait for them to come back. And then before I put this on YouTube later, I'll splice it back together. Power of editing.
So it's what it is. It's I think my auto off timer is set to 25 minutes because it's been every 25 minutes. So we got 25 minutes before it shuts off again.
So the essence of.
But yeah, okay. So the essence of Lily is the briefcase. That's what I was saying. And I think, again, Alexa has enough history with so many women in the division.
Mm-hmm.
And again, she's a great presence, superstar. People love her. So again, same thing, the pop. But I just think with Rhea, it's going to be more of that. But I think I really want to see Alexa if she has it. It's like, should I cash in on this person?
The briefcase has the essence of the Fiend.
Yes, right? Bro, what if it's a Fiend briefcase like they did the Fiend belt?
Big friends forever.
Oh,
Yep.
Fiends forever.
Yep.
Great possibility. But I think it's one of those two. Rhea's like 90% for me. Alexa's like 85%. Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
I didn't give my reasoning for
135%?
Naomi though.
Yes.
Hold on.
What are
wait.
you doing?
If you divide that by 1/3, you've got 33
Really quick,
chance of winning.
my reasoning for Naomi was because Naomi still has that whole triangle beef with like Tiffy and whatever. But anyway, with Naomi and then Tiffy and then she's got the Bianca thing going on.
Bianca.
Yeah. So she also has these bro. Oh man.
Unless they use it for a push. Because she has gone in that new direction, which her new intro is sick.
Bro, they might cut her.
That's what I was about to say.
Who,
Because
Naomi?
Yes.
She's doing that whole stalker thing.
Yeah.
She literally just did a promo about being in Bianca Belair's house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I think if anything, unless they're going to use it as a big push for her,
They have to
she
pivot her.
has no presence with the crowd right now.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Nobody pops when Naomi's music goes off.
No, I know that. I know.
I think she's a good performer. She's gotten a lot better. I like her new character and all that, but I just
listen. I don't fully stand behind my decision.
We
I had to give something different.
And not
than
Naomi.
the
I'm
two
going to
of
tell you,
you.
I'm calling it right now.
I had to give something different, than you two.
The only thing I could see with Naomi is let her win it. She still has her feud with Bianca. Let her put it up in a match. If you think you're better than me, Bianca, wrestle me.
Okay, yeah.
I'll put this Money in the Bank briefcase on the line in a match against you. Then Bianca wins it.
And storyline, though, because she is doing the behind the scenes, lurking in the shadows, because you can cash in that thing at any time, then that does create that tension backstage of, is she going to cash in on her in the hallway somewhere? Like when they come into the, just out of nowhere, just bam, hit her with the briefcase.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
okay. I can see that.
Next match, the men's Money in the Bank.
Okay.
LA Knight.
Yeah.
Andrade, Solo. Starbucks. El Grande Americano. Seth Rollins. And my personal pick, Penta. I don't think he's going to.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to say Solo. Because I think they're trying to give him another push. And with the stuff that's been happening between him and Jacob, him having that briefcase is going to create even more tension between him and Jacob. Because that, I will say, that feud has been heating up, and I like what they've been doing, especially the way Solo's been trying to do Jacob's, signature stuff and all that. And Jacob's like looking at him like, what are you doing, man? Like, I think that could be a really fun storyline. And
it's not
give them
Andrade.
push.
It's not LA Knight.
Not LA
it's
Knight.
Seth.
I don't know.
Because the whole thing about him wanting to be the champion again and taking wrestling back and all that stuff,
so
he wins it and cashes it in tomorrow night on Saturday night. Same night cash in. That's why John Cena's not in a title match, because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. I think is John Cena? Yeah, John Cena's wrestling though.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if it's a title match. Because he could still cash in on Cena during that tag match.
Yep.
But the only reason I don't think it's going to be Seth Rollins is because
they're still building it.
They're building it, but I think what's going to happen is him not winning Money in the Bank. He's going to find some sneaky corporate way with Paul Heyman to get a shot at a title.
Yep.
Right? Like, because Paul still hasn't done the favor that Seth owes him for not stomping him, or that he owes Seth for not stomping him. So I think he's going to pull that card to get him a title match at SummerSlam or something like that.
But I think he did, because that's what happened at WrestleMania was Paul helping him.
No, because that wasn't a favor in my eyes. Because the way that story played out, that had been a back behind the scenes plan for a while.
That was Seth being in Paul Heyman's ear.
Yes.
That was manipulation.
Yes, and the way they set it up is that they've been working this behind the scenes for a while with Paul and Seth. So it's been a long time.
Okay, so right now with Paul and Seth is Paul is trying to get in people's ears.
Yep.
Right? Like we're seeing all these promos with Paul Heyman right now that are like trying to manipulate the wrestlers into believing certain things and, you know, trying to get them to be steered
really
a certain
that
way.
Devil on the shoulder. Yeah.
Right, right. And so, but Seth is able to do the same thing, which is what he did with Paul. So now is it like Paul learning from Seth how to be manipulative? Because Paul's just a downright like dirty guy. You know, he was.
Paul
then he started being loyal to Roman.
But if he could turn on the tribal chiefs,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I don't think he's ready just yet. Like, I think they're still building that up to where it's not going to be Seth. I'm gonna have to say, I would like to see Solo win it because I'm more invested in that storyline with Jacob and him than I am with Seth right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do much with Jacob and Solo before they do it with Jeff Cobb. I think that's going to be, well, that's what Solo's going to do. He's going to be like, if you want to, you know, face me, you're going to have to go through JC Mateo.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think Jeff Cobb is not getting the pop that they expected, I think. Because like when he came out, when we were at SmackDown, there was like no reaction.
Nobody knows who the fuck he is.
And even last week when he was wrestling, we're kind of like still like, eh. Like, again, not taking anything away from him as a wrestler.
No, there's just been no build up to this character. There's no investment. There's no story.
Like,
he's just
the Tongans, right? When they came in, there was already like they were known kind of in WWE, so their pop was a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
When they showed up, right? Jacob, when he showed up,
right? Like, it's not like Jeff went to NXT and then moved up.
Let's
right?
also look at the way that they showed up.
Yeah.
The Tongans, Jacob, they were explosive on the scene. They shook things up when they came in. They interfered in the match. Hoodies, right? Like they were boom. That's how Jacob came in. Jeff Cobb just comes walking out, and everybody's like, "Who the frick is this guy walking out?"
But that's the thing too with Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, Jacob. It was rumored 2-3 months before they showed up, so that gave people a chance to go back and say, "Oh, these people are being rumored to come to WWE. Who are they? Let me watch some of their stuff so I know who they are." JC Mateo was like, 2 weeks? Didn't give anyone a chance to learn who he was.
Yeah.
So, but like they did with Penta, they, rumored it, but then they pretty much teased it a couple weeks ahead of time. And like it was when he first came out.
They kind of benched it. Yeah.
Yeah. Even Cole said this is the worst kept secret in wrestling because, and which I enjoyed, because it gave people a chance to understand him or learn who he was, because when he came out that first night on Raw, it was wild. A huge pop.
Same thing with Malachi Black, right? Like same thing, massive pop.
Yeah.
Well, Malachi Black's been a huge thing in WWE since NXT,
but again, they built that one up. They teased it. So even those of us, like, I didn't know anything about Malachi Black, but when they started doing those promos, I was asking you, I'm asking Alex, I'm like, what is going on here? Who is this guy? And then you started telling me about it. I'm like, oh crap. Now I'm like excited about, what he does as far as wrestling. And then when he came out, that entrance, I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
So, again,
matches.
So,
I'm going to say Solo.
Bump.
I want Penta to win, but I'm going to say it's going to be Seth Rollins.
All right. Yeah.
Who are you going with, Torrin?
He said Solo. He said Solo first.
I just want to say it.
Yeah.
Because I think of that furthering of the Jacob.
I just don't think it's going to be any. I don't think it's going to be any.
I think if Solo cashes in on Jacob, it's going to be a failed cash in.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Because I think, that wouldn't make sense. Story.
I don't buy into Solo as a champion.
No.
That's why I don't think he has a chance to win.
No.
So
I don't know.
I mean, that would be a singular storyline that they're furthering, because there's nobody else that I would see Solo going after.
That's true.
So story-wise, yes, Seth. I agree with you on that one for furthering a big story. Seth Rollins.
I mean, but and it could be LA.
No.
It could be.
L.A. No.
Well, I mean, he's been putting in the work. Okay.
But he's had
to do that again.
Yeah,
he's had
but
the title what, twice now?
not that title. Not any of
the
The U.S. title.
Yeah.
Yeah, not any of the other.
He would be a
titles.
good champion. I will say that.
I don't think he would necessarily win the championship. You know, I don't think anybody. The only person that I could see winning Money in the Bank and cashing in successfully would be Seth. That's the only person out of that. But
I could see Penta because they're on Raw, and Raw has.
Oh, it could be Penta because then Penta could cash it in and get it from Dom.
Or
I forgot all about that
no,
too.
This is how we get the Lucha Brothers back together. He wins it. Him and Ray cash in for the tag titles.
I don't. You think so?
Could
Ray
be.
hasn't had enough time to really build much of anything. I feel like his pop wasn't as great when we saw
New
him.
Day's champions on Raw, right?
Yeah.
Street
I would love to see
but
that.
they haven't been wrestling
No.
that for the tags.
I just don't think it would be Penta, only because I feel like his story is not strong enough yet. Great wrestler.
The only thing, like I said, if it is Penta, I could see him cashing it in on Dom. And that's, I mean, because then that's, you know, if Dom loses it, then that's turmoil within the Judgment Day, which is already starting to happen because Dom is.
Because that might give them the
Dom
fuel
and
they
Roxanne.
need to kick him out of the Judgment Day.
Yep.
And then Finn and Liv are running it. You find out that they were the ones behind the whole thing anyway.
Yep.
I will say this: if Seth Rollins does win it, I think he's going to win it because of interference from Paul Heyman or one of his people.
Oh,
is gonna help,
absolutely.
and it's going to be a dirty win.
Yeah, it would
be
be
dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed's going to come out and help him.
Yep. Baby boy.
All right, what else we got?
Moving on to the final match of the night, which we'll probably have a quick hit because I don't give two shits about this match. Logan and Cena versus Jay and Cody.
Cena.
DQ. Yeah.
Yep.
I think Logan and Cena are gonna win it.
Yeah.
I see maybe Roman coming out and interfering and getting involved. If Roman does return, if he's going to return, I think it's going to be during that match to assert his dominance as the tribal chief and say he's coming back for his belt. Because the feud right now is between Cody and Cena for the belt and the champion, but Roman's going to be like, I was the champion for,
True.
Cena's probably years.
Cena has to wrestle Roman at some point, right?
Like, got to. Absolutely. And that'll probably be our SummerSlam match.
Yeah.
It's him and Roman.
Yeah.
Yep. But I mean, you could, in all honesty, say Roman comes back during the Money in the Bank to stop Seth.
That's possible. That would be a good story point. Yep.
Because Michael Cole said it on Monday. Who's going to stop Seth now?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are speculating that was a teaser for Roman coming back.
I feel like it wouldn't hit as big, though, if it was during the Money in the Bank match. It would be bigger if it was Seth. If Seth does get the Money in the Bank briefcase and he tries to cash it in on someone that weekend, Roman interferes then and causes him to fail his cash in. That would have a bigger impact because then it's that moment. It's just whoever's holding the belt. So it's probably going to be Cena. I think that's a belt he'll go after. So it's going to be Cena. And then again, you're building that tension again between Roman, Cena, Cody.
I think Seth is going to go after Jay, though, because he thinks Jay's the weaker link.
Yeah, but again, I'm saying either way, though, if Roman interferes, because if he tries to cash in on that match, then Roman comes in and interrupts it because, again, Roman's got history with Cena with the title, right? He's got history with Cody, but then he also has history with Jay. So does he come back to save Jay and Cody and help them, right? Because he and Cody have had that, that bond, that respect that's been earned now after they've beat each other's butts a couple times.
I don't know.
And we know Jay has the respect of Roman as well. So maybe that's what we see. Maybe we see Roman coming back, cause a failed cash in. Then I care about the match because that's my issue right now. There's no story for that match.
Yeah.
I don't care about Logan Paul. John Cena is
unless they do, because there was that little bit, like that little hint of tension between Logan and Cena.
Yeah, there was.
There might be
cracking up.
Yeah, there might be that might be your SummerSlam match.
That's what I'm thinking because I think Logan Paul's gonna
Unfortunately,
be
I
done
think they're going to
polishing his
give that to
teeth.
Logan again. Yeah, I think they're going to give that to
yeah.
Logan again.
I just think for me, it's, and the reason I don't care about the match as much right now is because, again, there's no story. There's nothing at stake.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we talk about with these PLEs and these big moments. There's something at stake.
Yeah.
Right. Even if it's not a championship for the belt, most of the stories have been about respect, about status. So there's something at stake. Your reputation's at stake.
Mhm.
You know, something like that. The next step in the ladder is at stake. But with this right now, it's not a championship match for a belt.
Mhm.
So I don't care why Cody and Jay have teamed up. Like, it's not even, to me, it's not even a vanity match because it's not even like a dream matchup, right?
Yeah.
It's not like somebody, you know, we're getting to see two superstars we've always wanted to see together going against two other superstars. That we always
No, I mean, Cody and Jay have already had a history.
yeah, I would love to see
like
them
that.
drunk again at the
makes
press
sense.
conference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I'm looking forward to.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
I would want to see
Yeah.
that for sure.
But again, Cena and Paul, I don't care about that.
Yeah,
I don't care about Logan Paul.
I think if they don't win, if Cena and Logan don't win, it's going to be because of some type of turmoil between the two of them, which then will build the match for SummerSlam.
Makes the reason that there's no belt at stake so that they can just have that little
Yeah.
squabble. So that makes sense.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We shall see.
But
We'll never know.
We'll
speaking
never know.
of Money in the Bank, we're going to actually start our pack openings.
Oh, we're at mine?
Transition to our.
Oh, we're doing yours first?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do Rachel's
Oh,
first.
Glad you didn't have something else open. Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, Top Slam released some stuff for Money
No, I
in
have
the
to
Bank
pick
this week.
my things. Hold on.
And there's a Money in the Bank event going on right now, too.
Yep.
All right.
You get to
So
go
I'm
in.
not thinking LA Knight. No.
So you get to, and what she's showing here is you get to go in. They're doing each Money in the Bank match. You pick one of the superstars, and you get a card for that.
Yeah. Are
Pick
they still doing this?
Penta, and I'll give you my LA Knight for it.
I don't want LA Knight.
Are they still doing the 25,000 coins if you get your prediction right, too?
I think so.
Seth Rollins or Solo Sikoa, Rachel.
Yeah,
I
correct.
don't want a
predictions
solo
for
code.
matches
Yeah, I
are
go with Seth
rewarded
Rollins.
with
I don't want to go.
25,000.
Yeah.
I chose Penta, not realizing that there were 6 different ones to choose.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm not upset.
I'll do Seth. I'll just do Seth. Ooh.
That's a cool
these
card.
That
cards
is
are
a cool
pretty
looking
nice
Yeah,
looking.
they're real. I like the art.
Yeah.
All right, who's gonna get the women's one?
Alexa Bliss, Julia, Rhea.
That was such a tough decision for
Roxanne,
me because
yeah.
Stephanie's in there. I mean, they're all great, but Stephanie, Rhea, and
I just don't think they're
and,
going to push
Alexa.
them just yet.
No.
So I wonder if they're going to push them as a feud or if they're going to push them as a tag team.
I think it's gonna be a tag team. I think it's gonna be a tag team between Stephanie and Rhea.
I'm going to choose Alexa.
And their opponent, Dami Moniz.
Mm-hmm. I think that's really cute. Okay.
So yeah,
Money in the Bank.
Topps released 2 different sets this week. The WWE or the Money in the Bank and what was it, Grit?
Yeah, Grit.
And the monochrome too.
Yeah, and the
You
monochrome.
want to hide my screen there for a second?
So you gotta buy stuff.
Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, shit. What's my...
Apple
Oh,
Watch.
That's why I have it register my face when I do purchases.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but it's on my Mac, so...
Whoops.
Okay, you're good.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go.
No, no.
Oh no.
My payment method was
Oh,
declined.
hold on. Did you go? Hide it. Hide it. Hide it. It's probably using my old card. That's why.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well,
And what does it should let you change the payment options?
okay, let's see.
It doesn't. Not for family.
No, it doesn't.
Family doesn't allow us to.
Oh, hold on. All right, let me fix this. Let me fix.
All right,
So-
Skelly, you go first.
Yeah,
While
you go
we're
first,
doing
Kelly.
this, we are going. What just happened?
I don't know.
Oh, I hit the wrong one. Oh,
Nope, that's mine.
remove. What is going on? Why is
No, that's not
nothing?
mine.
That's
Oh, there we go.
mine.
That's
You're still on
Rachel's. That's
mine, yeah.
Rachel's. Okay.
So yeah, like we were talking about, we have a couple new sets this week. We've got the Money in the Bank. And I do like what they're doing with the tops now, where they're allowing, because they release these obviously for you to buy them physically every time they release them. But I like how they're doing the digital version of, their physical sets. So, and we also did get the monochrome, which I think look pretty cool.
Yeah, I like them.
And then I haven't looked at the iconic cards yet, but got the I got Rey Mysterio smiling like a little kid, cheesing.
Oh, you can try it now, Rach.
Okay. Let's try.
But yeah, they released a couple new, and see, they're putting Asuka in more sets now too.
I saw that.
Yep.
That's what made me think that she's coming back.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay.
All right, you can
We're
put her
good?
up now. Yep, we're good.
Which
Sorry
one's
about that. I
hers?
forgot that I
This
changed
one?
my bank account.
Yes.
The
Yes.
one that's all set. Yes.
Here we go.
Here we go.
See what
need
we
music
got.
for this part.
Boop, 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 boop.
Bum, bum, bada, bum, 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 bum.
AJ.
All right, here we go. We got a rare
Ready
coming up.
for that one. Ooh, Fit Finley.
Finley.
Ooh.
All right. Next one.
Chris Sabin.
Ooh,
Motor City Machine Guns.
B-Fab.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Super rare. Here we go.
Really?
Oh, Julius Creed.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
They done did me dirty.
Wow.
They done did me dirty.
Wow. All right. Rude.
Our
I hope
first
you get an
rare
iconic
there.
or legendary
Oh.
out of this one. Okay.
Ivar.
Ivar. Super rare. Let's go.
Oh, snap, Michelle.
Oh.
Yeah,
Cool.
you're not getting that one. Tyler Bate. Miles Bourne.
Randy Orton's son.
Gunter.
Truth.
Our
The
truth.
truth one. Oh, shit. Nope.
Ooh.
I need
Lock
that
these
one.
shits. Nope.
Yeah,
Two I
baby.
don't have.
Carmelo
Melody
Hayes.
Hank?
Here we go. Huh,
Tozawa. I love
Good card.
Tozawa. Who's this one? Oh. Ugh. All right.
All right.
Switch that bitch.
So you want to go next, Torrin?
Hold on, I gotta sign into my account.
Oh,
Oh, I can do. What's up?
I will go next then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, snap. Damn it.
Nope, I got mine. I'm good. I think. We'll see. It's purchasing. Yep, I'm all set. I'm ready. All right, here we go.
All right, so
Here we go.
there's yours.
Here we go.
I got really screwed last time, so let's
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Why does he look like the Flash? Anyway. Hey,
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like that one. All right. We've got all these. Julia. Nice. I didn't have Julia. All right. Oh, super rare. Ooh,
Ooh.
Bronson Reed.
Oh,
Oh, you got an
Uh-oh.
iconic.
Uh-oh.
Dang it.
Uh-oh.
Too much.
Here we go. Oh. Oh.
Oh my
Oh!
god.
Bray
Oh my
Wyatt
god.
iconic auto. Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Wow, Torian.
Wow.
You're an asshole.
Listen, I didn't get anything good the last time we pulled.
yeah,
you
I
did. I got to lead a
that.
legendary, which I
I
ended
don't
up
care what I
trading.
get after this, man.
fudge, man.
Hey, Kane. That's a nice
I'm gonna
rare.
do another $2.99. Bro.
Ooh, Alexa. All right.
So rude. So rude. I'm mad. I'm real mad. I'm big mads.
yeah, you got kind of screwed on yours.
I'm big mads.
Boba Femi. All right, last pack.
Julia.
Oh,
Oh,
Brett the
Bret
Hitman Hart auto.
Nice,
Let's go.
nice.
Ray. All right, I think that should be my last one. Yep.
Yep.
Listen, I'm can't be mad at that, guys. Can't be mad at that.
All right. Let's see if I can get another legendary. Let's go.
Let's
First
go,
pack.
Scully.
Uncle Howdy. Oh, snap.
Oh, Triple H auto. Let's go.
Even though I already had that one.
Well, I can trade you for it. Not Bray Wyatt, though.
Nothing good on the first pack except the Triple H. Urgh.
What one? Mine third pack magic on that one, I think.
Yep.
All right.
You get nothing on this one. Big head.
Hmm.
All right. We got a rare. Okay.
Yeah.
Baby Orton.
Baby Orton.
Did you really buy another pack?
No.
Yeah. Nia Jax.
Oh, all right.
Nice rare there. Rare there.
Rare there.
Really. Last pack.
Yeah, we get
This is
screwed.
your last pack?
I think so.
Or is this 4?
Super rare.
Super rare. Oh, he got one of the variants. Heck yeah.
Damn.
The man. Let's go. That's a good super rare.
I got gypped.
You did get
Ricky
it.
Starks
Yeah.
and Ricky Saints. Oh,
There
this
you
is
go.
my
You got
last
one
pack.
more pack. Yeah. Thank you. Gracias.
Gracias.
Nothing.
Hey, you got that Becky super rare though. I haven't seen one of those styles at all on polls for me.
You got that Bray Wyatt iconic though.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm not upset.
I hate you both.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You don't know me.
I do.
You don't know.
I do.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten much this
So
week.
rude.
My biggest pull this week was actually a trade, which is my Rey Mysterio.
That's pretty sick though. Yeah.
But it sucks.
Hey, listen. You got a good one last week.
I did. I'll give you that. But
Can't win them all.
I just
Rachel,
want
I
more
feel bad for you,
legendaries
Rachel.
and iconics.
Do we let Rachel pull one more just to see?
Yeah, if she wants
Do it,
to.
Rachel. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do one more pack, one more set. It's only $3. It's like, so I will say that at least I like the pricing that they're doing, that it's $3 for 5 packs with increased odds. I mean, it's fun, right? Did you already buy it?
Good to go?
Hold on.
Oh, that's Skelly's profile.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish they would incorporate into
Okay.
WWE what they do with Disney.
Oh,
With allowing you
yeah.
to break down cards for coins.
Yeah.
Listen, we've gotten a bad problem now because I've got both of us have folders just for the 4 tops apps: Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, and
Oh.
WWE.
Oh, she got an iconic.
Oh.
Let's go! Come on! Come on!
Ooh.
Hey, that's terrible for
That is
iconic.
so bad.
Ford is not terrible. It's not
No,
a
but for an
card.
iconic, like no, I like Montez Ford.
Not even a signature or relic. I think all iconics should be a signature
Yeah.
or relic.
Yeah.
Oh, she got legendary.
Oh, you got a legendary.
Yeah.
You got Bray Wyatt. You got
Okay.
the rare
Mhm.
Bray Wyatt signed.
What did you get?
Ooh. Pete Dunne.
Butch.
Butch.
That's a rough iconic. Or
I'm getting screwed again. It's fine. It's
I-
fine. It's fine.
but you got an iconic and a legendary in one set.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey,
Oh.
super rare Alexa.
Oh,
Oh,
we got another iconic.
let's go.
Shit.
Let's go. Oh!
I'll take it. I will.
Oh, the Dark Angel herself.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go.
Let's go.
Woo! That's a nice one.
That she's beautiful. Look at her.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one more pack.
Watch her get another legendary.
Bro, if she gets another legendary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Nope, that's it.
But 2 legendary or 2 iconics on a legendary in one set.
Damn.
That's pretty good.
All right, I'll take it. It's not a
You-
Bray
you
Wyatt,
got
but
redeemed.
I got
You did
yeah,
get the rare Bray Wyatt.
I
auto,
did.
So
I did.
You got an iconic and a legendary.
Yeah.
2
You're right. You're right.
legendaries.
You're right. You're right.
Or 2 iconics rather. Yeah.
So
Dang. That's
Look at that girl.
that's hot.
Nope.
Yeah. She locked it over instantly.
Locked.
Oh my goodness.
I can trade
oh,
him.
What?
Never mind.
He was trying to trade for it.
No,
No.
I messed up one of my scenes
Oh no.
accidentally.
All right. I think that's it for this week, isn't it?
Comment on who
That's
you
my
think
first
won the pack
legendary.
battle.
I think.
Yeah. Pack battle.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, that's my first legendary.
That legendary Stephanie was
An iconic.
iconic.
Mhm.
So did the iconic Stephanie get it or the iconic Bray?
Oh,
So I got the
yeah.
auto Bray, but you got the variant Stephanie animated one.
It's signed too.
Yeah.
I still stand by all iconics and legendaries should be relic
I
signatures
think
or
they
something.
should be. Yeah,
Yeah.
they should definitely be the special ones.
Yep.
But how many of those are in the world? Because I know they have the count.
Yeah.
So the Stephanie Vakir right now has only a global count of 288.
Bray's got 290.
Damn.
And then Montez Ford is 306. And let's see. What about this legendary? 44.
It's
Oh,
got Sami
legendary.
Zayn. for my,
44?
Yeah, for the legendary.
I just completed my event and got Samuel Zayn.
Nice. My best one is my Ray legendary. There's 111.
Dang. That's pretty cool.
So
Pretty cool, man.
Those are the first purchase packs that I've had. So
Oh yeah, they
Yes.
are, aren't they?
it's very, very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
so if you are out there and you do play WWE's Top Slam,
Add us.
add me, the Skelly, no spaces, just TheSkelly. Send me any trades. I trade any of my dupes for anything I need.
If
So
it's Alexa Bliss, he'll probably trade you anything.
I
so.
think I'm at like 120 Alexa Bliss cards. 115.
Oh my goodness.
At least he's
my-
not going to
my
show up at
little-
our house.
Yeah. Right.
No, I know where to draw the line. Collecting to me is okay.
Yeah,
I
collecting's
draw the
fine.
line.
He's a super fan.
I'm a big fan.
He's a super fan.
My Liv Morgan
Super.
collection is only at 46.
Is that a super?
Is that a super?
Is that a super?
If anybody wants to trade for a legendary Razor Ramon, I'll put that one up for trade.
Nope, don't want it.
No, I said not you. I'm saying if anyone out there.
What's your name on?
My name on here is Marksman. MARXM4N.
I'll put all of our
Yeah, we'll put it in the
names
description. And
in the
Rachel's
description?
is Kitten Wins, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you
Yes.
do want to find us on there and trade with us, we're on the Top Slam, Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars.
Star Wars.
So look us up. Trades. We're always open to trade.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
It's fun. Yeah.
Yep.
Make it worth my while.
Yeah, but like Skelly said, put your predictions for Money in the Bank down in the caption. Let us know your thoughts on the releases this week
Mhm.
and what's been going on and what you think's happening behind the scenes. And let us know if you think corporate's got too much control. WWE right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Another week, and we still do not have a sign off.
Bye.